Welcome to episode 522 of AI Brief. Today's deep dive is packed because we are looking at a wild, undeniable shift in the tech landscape. We are talking SoftBank's massive 75 billion euro power play in France, trading a clean house for robotics data, Waymo's brand new purpose-built ride, a piano-playing robot hand, and today's top productivity tools.
It is quite the lineup.
It really is. For the last few years, artificial intelligence has basically been trapped behind glass, you know, just generating text or images on a screen. But today's deep dive shows how AI is rapidly moving out of the digital realm and aggressively taking over physical spaces. I mean, we are talking power grids, cars, and even your living room.
Which is the defining transition of this era. Physical infrastructure is absolutely the new frontier for AI dominance.
So let's dive straight into the massive infrastructure news, because SoftBank is making a play in Europe that is, well, it is almost difficult to wrap your head around.
Oh, for sure.
They are pledging to invest up to 75 billion euros.
Yeah.
That translates to about $87 billion, specifically to build and run data centers in France.
That is just a staggering amount of capital.
It really is. And the target is up to 5 gigawatts of capacity. Just to put that in perspective, Phase 1 covers sites in Dunkirk, specifically an area called Lune Plage, along with Boscal and Bouchain.
That covers a massive footprint.
Definitely. Those initial projects are aiming for 3.1 gigawatts in the Hauts-de-France region by 2031. It is SoftBank's largest AI infrastructure investment in Europe. It is like they are laying the railroads of the 21st century while everyone else is just building the trains.
That's a great analogy.
But I have to ask, by owning the wires, the concrete, and the turbines, does SoftBank effectively control the future of the AI models relying on them?
They absolutely get structural control. And to understand why a Japanese conglomerate is dropping that much money into the French countryside, you have to look at the mounting pressures globally.
I mean, we are definitely seeing bottlenecks.
Spot on. In the U.S., we are facing intense mounting resistance to data center expansion. Local zoning boards are pushing back, and the power grids are just exhausted. You cannot just plug a 5-gigawatt facility into an aging grid.
It would just cause blackouts.
Definitely. Meanwhile, European nations are watching this U.S. bottleneck, and they are scrambling to secure what they call sovereign compute.
Sovereign compute, meaning they want the processing power inside their own borders.
Spot on. French Economic Minister Roland Lescure actually said this proves France wants to sit across the full AI value chain. They want the concrete, the cables, and the chips on French soil.
So taking all that macro infrastructure from SoftBank, we naturally have to transition to the actual machines drawing that power. Because AI is taking physical form now, and I know you have the latest updates on physical robotics.
I do, and the pace of this is, it is moving so fast. Let's start with how this intelligence is moving people around. Waymo just launched its first purpose-built robotaxi.
Oh, wow, the Waymo Ojai, correct.
That is the one. Up until now, autonomous vehicles were mostly just adapted human-driven cars. But the Ojai is designed exclusively for driverless ride-hailing. No steering wheel, no pedals.
That is a massive design shift.
It is, and it's built on the Chinese brand Geely's Zeekr platform, but then finished with autonomous systems in Arizona. They're launching first in San Francisco, Phoenix, and LA, followed by Denver, Vegas, and San Diego.
Wait, hold on. I have to connect the dots here. We literally just talked about France spending tens of billions to secure sovereign compute so they do not rely on foreign tech. But America's leading robotaxi is rolling out a vehicle built on a Chinese platform. How does that work strategically?
Well, Waymo is separating the hardware chassis from the software brain. They leverage that foreign manufacturing scale for the metal, but they maintain total control over the autonomous brain domestically in Arizona.
I see. So they outsource the body, but keep the brain in-house.
Absolutely. Now, moving from the streets into your living room, there is a startup called Shift. They're offering a free, vetted professional home cleaner.
A free cleaning service. What is the catch?
The cleaner wears a camera on their chest. It captures footage of them navigating the messy human environment, which then trains the next generation of humanoid robots.
Wait, seriously? You trade the privacy of your messy living room for a free cleaning? I mean, that feels like the new iteration of the data economy. It is like doing a reCAPTCHA, but for vacuuming.
It is a wild strategy. But personal details are anonymized, and thousands have already signed up. The announcement hit 7 million views on social media instantly.
That is incredible. Though I have to wonder if visual data is enough to teach a robot physical touch.
Which transitions us perfectly to the third robotic story. Scientists built a robotic hand that actually masters tactile feedback. It is called the musician hand.
Oh, the piano-playing robot.
Yes. It can hear an unfamiliar melody once and play it back realistically after just 2 minutes of practice. It even fooled judges in blind auditions against humans.
But wait, how does it know which physical key to press just from hearing a note? Is it some sort of complex reinforcement loop?
That is the breakthrough. It is a real-time auditory feedback loop. It attempts to hit a key, listens to the pitch, compares it to the target melody, and adjusts instantly. It adapts dynamically.
Wow, and the implications are huge. It is not just a parlor trick. This could lead to adaptive exoskeletons for Parkinson's and stroke patients, since their muscle stiffness changes daily. An exoskeleton that adapts in real time based on that feedback would be life-changing.
For sure. It shows robotics is moving toward perfect adaptation to unpredictable environments.
So we have covered massive data centers and physical robots. Let's look at how the digital software layer is keeping up. We have a list of today's trending AI tools, and they are fascinating. First up is Wandesk.
Oh, I have seen this one.
It lets you build your own AI desktop. The practical use case here is creating a highly customized digital workspace tailored entirely to your personal productivity habits.
It adapts to how you naturally organize information.
Yeah, definitely. Next, we have Wingbits AI. This deploys AI agents for real-time aircraft monitoring and alerts. So if you are a logistics manager or an aviation enthusiast needing instant automated flight tracking updates, this is perfect.
It just watches the skies for you continuously.
Spot on. Then there is the OpenStatus MCP Health Checker. This tool lets developers test model context protocol servers like a real AI client.
Which is crucial for stress testing.
Absolutely. It ensures the servers can handle real-world agent interactions, not just a simple ping. And finally, we have Step 3.7 Flash.
A very fast model.
Incredibly fast. It is a flash speed agents model that can see and act. You deploy it to autonomously handle repetitive visual tasks at lightning speed.
What is fascinating is how Wandesk, Wingbits, OpenStatus, and Step 3.7 Flash all represent a clear shift. We are moving toward agentic AI.
I see what you mean.
These tools do not just sit there and generate text. They actively monitor, act, and test on your behalf.
That brings us to the end of our deep dive today. I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Just think about how quickly AI is stepping out of the web browser and into the physical world.
It is happening everywhere.
It really is. Whether it is managing a 5-gigawatt power grid in France, driving you through Phoenix in a purpose-built car, or watching your house get cleaned to learn how to fold laundry, AI is no longer trapped behind a screen.
Please be sure to follow and share the podcast so you can keep up with how fast these technologies are moving.
See you in the next episode.